Heavenly Father, as we gather here today, surround those who are graduating with your grace. May we graduate feeling proud and enjoy celebrating our success. Bless us with hope so that we move into the future with eager and open hearts. Help us to put the knowledge, skills, and insights gained throughout our education to use for the good of all mankind. Inspire us to believe for the goodness of life, even when faced with challenges. Father, we pray that you will bless every aspect of our lives. All these things we ask in the name of Jesus, your beloved Son. Amen. You may be seated.
It was once said that the best things in life are the people we love, the places we've been, and the memories we've made along the way. Looking back to every moment in this institution, you can recall the diverse kind of individuals you have met and the many situations you went through. Along with these, you cherished a few things: discovery, the value of leadership, the value of support, the value of uniqueness, the expression of culture and creativity, camaraderie, friendly competition, refinement of skills, and the triumph of learning. All the knowledge you've gained is yours to apply in this new and dynamic world. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Parkinson Memorial School's Virtual Graduation 2021, triumphant against all odds.
Good evening, and welcome to the historic Daphne Joseph Hackett Theater here in the beautiful island of Barbados, as we present Triumphant Against All Odds, the graduation ceremony of the Parkinson Memorial School 2021. Special welcome to the Chairman, Board of Management, Mr. Ian Stewart, Principal, Mr. Ian Holder, Deputy Principal, Captain Adrian Ward, Mrs. Ward, Mrs. Julia Eady, the outgoing guidance counselor of the Parkinson Memorial School, specially invited guests, parents, guardians, teachers, graduands, all of our online viewers, welcome. What a year this has been in education. But we have been triumphant against all odds. And we welcome all of you here to this very special occasion as we celebrate with our students. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to invite to the podium the Chairman of the Board of Management, Mr. Ian Stewart, and he now comes to give his remarks. Let's give him a big hand, please, the Chairman of the Board of Management.
Pardon me as I unmask. Good evening. I think the Master Ceremonies has done a pretty good job in establishing the protocol for the evening. So ladies and gentlemen, young men and young ladies, good afternoon. So you want me to go back off and come back on again? Good afternoon. Okay, I thought it was a good evening for everybody. It seems so. Anyhow, as you heard, my name is Ian Stewart. I'm the chairman of the Board of Management, and I'm really proud to be part of this speech day and award ceremony, and grateful for this opportunity to congratulate the graduates and all those who have contributed to their achievements. Many of you would have strived to do your best in order to be part of this ceremony, and I believe that represents the true spirit of Parkinson Memorial School. Although we all know that taking part is a key element in team sports, school events, and life in general, I'm very impressed with the achievements of everyone here today, but I am especially in awe of all those whose efforts will be rewarded today with special prizes. And let me use the opportunity also to say I'm also very impressed with this event and how it was actually coordinated and put on. I've watched many a theater art production in this hall, and I thought that this would never see another light of day. But I'd like to congratulate you for choosing this particular hall, Daphne, for different reasons, but I am very impressed with what I've seen up to now. I think that deserves a rounding applause for those who would have worked so hard to put it on. So all these hardworking, articulate young people are a credit to the school and an inspiration to us all. It is through such achievements that we are clearly able to see the skill, high expectation, and commitment of the hard-working teachers and students, and these prize winners are great examples of what we hope for from all our students. School year has been especially challenging for both teachers and students. The Board of Management has been working assiduously in committees and collectively to address a number of issues at the school. The effects from COVID-19, ashfall, and Hurricane Elsa didn't daunt us, nor the efforts of both teachers and students. For as we award and congratulate these awardees this evening, we want to see even more being awarded for their academic, sporting, or other endeavors at the school, and are working towards ensuring that we can provide a culture of success through dedication and hard work. During the coming school year, we intend to focus on the following. We commit to doing everything we could to support excellence at Parkinson. All over Barbados are Parkinson alumni who have excelled in their respective fields, and you will hear from one of them very shortly. We intend to commence the long-awaited Block B refurbishment within the next few weeks. And we know that we have a right to expect a safe environment with the ability to provide your children with educational resources, and that would enable them to learn relevantly and effectively so that they function well in the eventual world of work and give them the skills to make a contribution to their families, their communities, their island, and on a global level. We will continue with education reform to do our part in putting Parkinson at the forefront of new thinking, new practices, and new outcomes. The reform that must take place must ensure that the education provided in Barbados and at this school changes the face of the island and the destinies of our children. We will soon be losing our great guidance counselor, Miss Edie. She will be going on a well-deserved retirement. But your children will have greater access to those who will help them with their emotional, behavioral, and social growth as we seek to replace this great icon of the school. And she's left a very long legacy for all of us to look at, ensure, and know very well that this is a lady who did of her best for all of you who are here this evening, and she deserves a round of applause. We have already earmarked a group of teachers who will join the guidance counselors to provide the additional assistance they need in providing support to the students here. Every child matters and no child must be left behind. Our staff or those outside the school who are qualified to do so are going to be carrying out individual educational assessments using international testing materials. These assessments will guide us in 3 ways and change how we deliver learning at Parkinson. We'll be able to place children in groups, classes, or subjects where they will excel. We'll be able to provide support in areas of academic weakness because we will know what these are in a very specific way. And we will set ourselves benchmarks which we measure and also follow in the lifetime that is expected. We will have the quantitative data of the assessments and the dynamic information provided by the subject teachers to make changes where necessary. At the core of education reform at Parkinson is the objective of providing our students with skills that ensure that they can function well at the end of their school lives. We understand that a quality education is fundamental to social mobility, that with what children learn and achieve at school, they leave here equipped to support themselves financially, whether as valued employees or in their own businesses. But equally important is the people they become. All children are works in progress, but they cannot achieve progress on their own. Parents and teachers must work together, facing the challenges and obstacles collaboratively so that the solutions are appropriate, targeted, and meaningful. In closing, I would like to quote from Kofi Annan. He was the former Secretary General of the United Nations, who will be remembered as an advocate of the most vulnerable populations, one who helped improve millions of lives. He said, "Knowledge is power. Information is liberating. Education is the premise of progress in every society, in every family." I can assure you that your Minister of Education has a vision for education reform in Barbados, and your board has a vision for how it will accomplish this at Parkinson. But we are going to need your support in big and small ways. As we seek to involve you more in the daily life of the school, its fundraising and improvements, and by extension, the processes and opportunities to create a brighter, achievable future for your child. We ask that you work with us, communicate openly and honestly with us, and when we call for help or assistance, you join us in those big or small ways to returning a reputation of excellence at Parkinson Memorial School. And we will all be triumphant against all odds. That is our commitment to you. I thank you.
Let's hear it again for the Chairman of the Board of Management of the Parkinson Memorial School, Mr. Ian Stewart. It is quite unusual to find 2 persons at the top of an organization with the same first name. The chairman is Ian Stewart, and the principal is Ian Holder. That's quite rare. 3 years ago, I received a telephone call in the staff room to come to the principal's office. And students, you know, when you're sent to the principal's office, even though you know you've done nothing wrong, you still have a little butterfly in your heart because you're wondering, what in the world could the principal want to talk to me about? I entered, and he said, "Mr. Hope, I was thinking, and the Spirit confirmed it, that I want to send you to a little year group there, a little hyper, and I need you to go up there to 3rd form." I looked at him, he looked at me, and I was thinking, what in the world is this man talking about? Because we were all set to go down to first year, as we are now. I haven't received any phone calls yet to go to third. Third form, fourth form, fifth form. And now we are here at this moment to celebrate with you. Sir, I want to thank you for the faith and the trust that you've placed in me to lead this year group for the last 3 years. Please welcome the principal of the Parkinson Memorial School, Mr. Ian Holder.
Pleasant good afternoon, especially invited guests, staff, parents, students, well, graduates now. Everything that has happened here this evening has been working together as though it was planned, as though I would have had a word with Mr. Hope, spoke with the person involved to make sure that we see things together. That did not happen. But the Spirit has moved in such a way that this evening is special. This evening, I don't know if you would remember when you came to Parkinson at 11, the principal would have said that I am getting some new children. I'm a daddy of some other children now. And we have journeyed for 5 years to bring you to the young adults that you are here this evening. And I want to say that you look so good. Boys and girls, you are really beautiful this evening. Give yourself a round of applause. It's really exciting to see the young students at 11 grow to be young ladies and gentlemen that you are this afternoon. This afternoon, I want to continue as your dad, continue to provide that inspiration and encouragement to carry you through the rest of the adventures of life. I'm really pleased to have been a part of each and every one of you, your adventure since 11. I'm glad to have known each and every one of you and know that no matter how old you get, you're going to remember Mr. Holder, the principal of Parkinson, who taught me when I went to school. You don't finish school. This is a celebration of your achieving or completing your secondary education, but you don't finish school. You can be nothing else but a Parkinsonian. When you get 99 years old and somebody asks you where you went to school, you're going to say Parkinson. You are part of this family for life. And you have got to continue to embrace everything that Parkinson stands for in whatever you do. One of my greatest pleasures as a normal teacher, not principal, so something that goes back from the time I was a teacher in class. There's nothing greater than walking the street and meeting one of your own when you get bigger. There's nothing greater than meeting a student who have been through school with you and seeing them as adults. And they show you, still, sir, even if they are 50 years old, it's still, sir, how are you doing? And we have a exciting little chat before we move on. There's nothing greater than that, to see your children at a later age as adults continuing to reflect and do what is right. And this evening as daddy, I want to, now, you know that Sir like his long, Sir, prayers. You know I got my long prayers and I got to get my message across to my children. So COVID stopped me from being able to speak to my students at prayers. So it means now that you got to get all of the thought that Sir had all these years, this term, we got to get all, because I didn't get to tell anybody anything. So the graduates here this evening, Sir got lots of messages. But don't get frightened. I got a deadline. Whenever Sir speak, they always tell me, well, Sir, you know you like to speak to your children, but I can go to Mr. Hope, come and people at the curtain and tell me, give me a little signal. Students, we are one family. We are one family. And we will continue throughout life to represent Parkinson Memorial School. My message to you this afternoon is, whatever you do, there's nothing that can stop you from being a good person. And when you said that things were coming together without any interaction between me and Mr. Hope, if you listen to Mr. Hope's prayer, it spoke about the goodness of life and being good. And that is the message that I said was going to give to my students this evening. Being a good person is something that everybody can achieve. You don't have to go and sit any exam. Nobody don't have to mark you. You can achieve it once you decide that that's what you want to do. Life is not easy. And as students, you're now moving in to that area of life where mommy and daddy going to expect you to step up as young adults, look for a career, look for some further advancement in your academics. You have to now be responsible. Mommy and daddy wouldn't be holding your hand and telling you every little thing to do. They expect that you will become independent as you get big. Mommy and daddy expect you to have learned certain things from school that now you graduate, you can move on and give them less responsibility for your actions. I want it to be that after this evening, the Parkinson family that would have graduated at 2021, our movement forward is to being good people. Now people say, but Sir, what is a good person? Because Sir said be a good person, but I didn't really know him to be a good person. I thought he was good ever since. So this good person thing, is something above my head. I want to give you some characteristics of what I consider to be a good person. And I want you to try to follow these things in life from today. One is to be honest. And when people say honest, you generally think it means don't steal anything from nobody. But honesty is broader than that. Honesty means if you promise me to do something, do it. You tell me you're going to do this thing, and I expect that it's going to happen, so I plan to suit. But then when you decide you're doing what you don't want to continue what you had agreed on, the whole thing falls through. So being honest in life is taking responsibility for your actions. Being honest. Don't tell lies. Don't be deceitful. Don't try to trick nobody. That is one of the things leading towards being a good person. The next thing is to be complimentary. When you see someone, Like how I came this afternoon, they see how beautiful the girls and boys look. A compliment makes you feel more relaxed, makes you feel good. That somebody sees something in you that they are happy about. So you see a friend, try to be more complimenting, try to say good things about people. I know that everybody like to say bad things. Somebody comes to school today with a little hair problem, and the girl's busy, and she won't hair do. She had a bad hair day. Everybody little busy. But everybody wouldn't go and say, well, Cheryl, I see that the hair, you probably had a little part at home. You wanted me to plait your hair for you at lunchtime. If we can help you plait it so that, you try to help instead of pull down, even though it's a negative situation. That is being a good person. Family. Now we said at Parkinson, this is our family. Be strong in your family ties. Now there are issues that will come. There are problems that will come. Everything can't be perfect. But try to go a good family. It's good to be able to go home on the evenings and know that when you go home, you're going to be happy. Because you and your mom and dad and your brother and your sister will be good. Not knowing that you have to go home. My here going home then. I don't want let my brother. He always make me miserable. Always can't get me this thing or the next thing. Try to work around it and try to make yourself happy. Be polite and respectful. Be kind to people. Be generous. If you have something, you can share it with someone who don't have it. Have a good personality. You don't have persons, right? And you can tell me if I'm right or not. When you're in class at school, sometimes they have persons in the class that when they're coming, you just feel good. You just like smile because you look at that person. That body's always got you happy. That body always laughing. That body always. And the whole classroom is feel different. And then you go another person, that when they come in, you be saying, we can't school for you. We can stay at home. Because of the personality, that person that you're choosing at is someone who always miserable, always looking to interfere with you, always looking to curse you if you say anything to them out of place. Personality. Bring a pleasant smile to wherever you go, wherever you're going. Always be nice. Always be nice so that people love you around them. Because one of the things about being a good person is that people like you. People want to be your friend. So if you have been in a situation where every place you go, people don't want to see you, it can't be the people that is the problem. If every time you go somewhere, the people that you go around don't gravitate towards you, they go away from you, you have to be doing something wrong. People like good people. People gravitate towards good people. They want to be around them. They got a lot of friends. Phone always buzzing off because somebody messaging them. Good people. And that's what I want from you. You make friends easily. Be caring. And that's how I want you to move forward from this evening. I went to graduation. The principal spoke to me as the dad, as a friend. I advised that the best way to move forward in life, no matter what you have to do, if you do these things, everything else in life will be easily achieved or easier than if you were not in that kind of position. So I want everybody this evening to work towards being a good person. And being a good person is not easy because sometimes when you try to be a good person, people just try to take advantage of you. Because they know that you're a good person, they do things to say, well, you know, Mr. Holding ain't really quarrel with me or get on bad or whatever. Because Mr. Holding is a good man, so I can do foolishness. So that I know Mr. Holding is not going to come down on me hard. So sometimes being good, people can try to take advantage of your goodness. But you got to be able to overlook that and stay focused. Stay focused on being good. You're going to have a lot of issues in your life that you have to make decisions. That will be hard. Because I know, hey, look, you're on the CFAC, Mr. Hope. Because I know that wait, I'm one of those persons that my teachers would tell you I like a lot of history and things, right? Life for us is very hard. And us meaning black people, working class people. Do you know that people that own businesses making $100 million a year profit? $100 million every year for 20 years. Then we get a little economic problem, COVID. Things slow down a little bit. You know what the man that made $20 million a year going to do? He's going to cut your salary. He's going to raise prices. He ain't going to say, I got $1 billion in bank. Let me absorb this little thing and let my people that work and get the same amount. So we got to continue to fight the battle. It's called capitalism. The capitalist to remain at a certain point. You got to struggle when the month comes, however you get through. When your salary get reduced, you got to keep battling. We're going to close by saying, you cannot give the world all of the good that it needs. You cannot do it. You cannot give the world all of the good that it needs. But the world needs all of the good that you can give. I'm going to repeat that. You cannot give the world all of the good that it needs. You can't do it. But the world needs all of the good that you can do. It needs that. So as an individual, contribute to the goodness of life and be a good person. Thank you.
Let's hear it again for our principal, Mr. Ian Holder, please. Certainly, we want to thank all of our teaching staff who have sacrificed over the last year with this year group. Your hard work and dedication certainly has not gone unnoticed by me, and I want to personally thank all of you for your many dedicated hours of sacrifice to the fifth year students of the Parkinson Memorial School. Students, would you please applaud your teachers? Certainly, we want to thank the National Cultural Foundation, our main sponsor. Without them, giving all this building and all of its resources to the Parkinson Memorial School for free. That deserves a big round of applause. Sky Mall International, AccuSongs, Quantum Productions, Premium Kennels, and Code One Plus all make up our sponsors for triumphant against all odds. This young lady, to my mind, is one of the better vocalists to emerge from the Parkinson Memorial School. We dubbed her the Songbird, and I wanted to have her come and share this song titled Up Against All Odds. Would you please welcome Miss Jaisha Samuel. Thank you.
Our love, the only thing that's true, has stood the test of time. They said that we will never last, but we followed our hearts and let God direct the path. Up against all odds, we were standing up against all odds, trusting and believing in the miracles of love. Even if it seemed to be so hard to reach for the dream that is so far, never lose your faith in love when you're up against all odds. Life can take you through rough times, but still you will pull through. Hold on to your hopes and dreams, and there's nothing that you cannot do. Whoa, up against all odds, we were standing up against all odds, trusting and believing in the miracles of love. Even if it seemed to be so hard to reach for the dream that is so far, never lose your faith in love when you're up against all odds. Dreams come, dreams go, only if you don't believe. If we ever stop to think that we could come so far, through it all we will go on. Up against all odds, we were standing up against all odds, trusting and believing in the miracles of love. Even if it seemed to be so hard to reach for the dream that is so far, never lose your faith in love when you're up against all odds. Never lose your faith in love when you're up against all odds. Thank you.
Let's hear it for Miss Jaisha Samuel, Up Against All Odds. I hope that you're feeling special, students. We really wanted this moment to be really special for all of you this evening as we celebrate, because we've been triumphant against all odds. We want to welcome Barbados Today and the Nation newspaper. Certainly, we want to thank you for being here to cover this graduation ceremony of the Parkinson Memorial School. At this time, I want to invite to the podium the current head girl of the Parkinson Memorial School, Miss Sarah Ann Drakes, as she delivers the valedictorian address. Let's hear it for Sarah Ann Drakes, please.
Masters of Ceremonies, Mr. Sheldon Hope. Chairman of the Board of Management, Mr. Ian Stewart. Principal, Mr. Ian Holder. Deputy Principal, Captain Adrian Ward. Featured speaker, old scholar and international recording artist, Mr. Edwin Yearwood. Specially invited guests, members of the teaching and non-teaching staff, parents, guardians, ladies and gentlemen, graduates, good evening. It is indeed a privilege to stand before you this evening and deliver this speech as valedictorian at the end of yet another significant journey in our lives, the ending of our season at the Parkinson Memorial School. It is my desire that the words that are left with you this afternoon are imprinted upon your heart, and may they shine a light on your path whenever you are met with darkness. Bob Marley once said, "Beginnings are usually scary, and endings are usually sad. But it's everything in between that makes it all worth living." These words have never been more accurate than in describing our time at the Parkinson School. On entering the gates at the Pine campus, we truly did not know what to expect. There were so many negative words that would have assailed our ears, so many negative attitudes towards the halls of our school, that one couldn't help but feel anxious, maybe even hesitant. In fact, some individuals told my mother to transfer me to another school, but my mother would always say, "Sarah Ann will succeed at whichever school she attends through prayer and the help of God." This indeed was the beginning, when our fears were not only felt by us, but by our parents. Where the walls looked bigger than anything we would have to face in life, where the workload was exhausting, and the uncertainty of new friendships, and the inevitability of conflict was terrifying. We struggled to make sense of it all. However, in revisiting the words of Bob Marley, everything in between then and now made it all worthwhile. We must admit that our years at this institution have been quite memorable. Do you remember every year on Valentine's Day, we will all gather in the school's hall and request songs to friends or teachers? What about Sports Day, where I believe the teachers did their utmost to encourage healthy competition amongst us? Or what about the time we made the broken trident to celebrate our nation's 50th independence? Was that done anywhere else? Finally, cast your mind back to the tours you may have attended, school picnics, or concerts in the hall. Indeed, we had great times. Allow me to speak here of the many programs offered by the school as well, one in particular being Supreme Counseling. To be honest, in the beginning, we thought it was going to be boring and a waste of time, but that was far from the truth. I remembered there was an activity where we threw a ball to an individual and shared your thoughts. The others in the group gave their ideas and personal understanding of the situations. After such an activity, we matured and began to see the relevance of this program. In the end, we can say it was a fun and educational experience in our lives. What I'm sure will be etched in our memories will be the many times our year head, Mr. Hope, would bellow a name on the corridor or would sternly reprimand us during your praise until he was red in the face. When we returned to our classes, we would all be quiet because we knew that our form teachers would continue in the same manner, and then we would spread the word to those who were late. Though it may have seemed harsh, at times we knew, sir, that you loved us as you often said, that you only wanted the best for us. Sir, we thank you. We had fun, times of scolding, but we were always encouraged to focus on our studies. I am pleased to report that we did. In this year group, we were entered to write the CCSLC program in the following subject areas: English language, mathematics, and social studies. 95% of us gained passing grades, while 75% gained mastery. This was truly not of ourselves, but the commitment of our hardworking teachers. Additionally, many of us were entered for 3 CXCs or more during this turbulent year. Might I also add, there are students in upper fifth who have already received 4 or more CXCs. I am truly proud and boast of these achievements, as these students, like our team states, were triumphant against all odds. This theme, triumphant against all odds, is truly applicable to the past 2 years. The beginning of our 5th year started very turbulent, as we had to deal with school in a way that was very new to all of us: online school. COVID came knocking at our doors, volcanic ash, a freak storm, and Hurricane Elsa. There was much uncertainty, fear, doubt, but we all came through, as we know that all Parkinsonians are fighters. We get the job done. Against all odds, we have blossomed into mature men and women who believe that we can do anything. We have recognized that once there is determination, we can be the best and have excellent success stories. In the absence of face-to-face classes, we were still able to give of our very best with the help of our teachers who worked tirelessly so that we were able to recognize our achievements at the CSEC level. Our 5th year teachers believed in us. Also, many of them opened their emails, even their WhatsApp, so that we were able to communicate with them easily to either receive advice and/or help with work. I wish to leave a few words with you, written in a form of a poem. It is entitled Choices, written by yours truly. We have things to do, places to be, destinations to be discovered, people that must pass through our lives, people to face, our lives to be lived, persons to love, different types of love to be experienced, choices to be made, questions to be answered, challenges to go through in life, people who try to keep you down, people that show you that things are never to happen again, mistakes to be learned from. Life is a series of possibilities and chances. We must give it our all. Therefore, fellow students, today we may be sad as we come to the end of this journey. Have we done enough? Have we done our best? Whatever the response may be, the truth is we are about to embark on a new chapter, which means a fresh start with new limitless possibilities. Let us press onward, ever upward, with discipline, dedication, and determination. Let us be mild in our mannerisms, eager for success and committed to being worthwhile citizens of Barbados. Let us be triumphant against all odds. In celebrating moving from one threshold to another, let us not forget those who have contributed and the irreplaceable bonds that were established. The bonds that have made this journey easier. Firstly, thanks to our Lord God for giving us strength and allowing us to wake up each morning. With God, all things are indeed possible. We have made it thus far only through Him. To our parents and guardians, thank you for supporting us, standing by us every step of the way, and being here with us as we celebrate. To our principal, deputy principal, year head, form and subject teachers, thank you so very much for providing an environment for us to do well academically and socially. Not only have you provided the platform for our academics, but you have also taught us life skills, critical thinking, and decision-making. Again, thank you. To my fellow graduates, thank you for making my years at school a most wonderful 5 years, where we were able to find ourselves, to recognize our character, establish bonds, experience love, and avoid conflict. We should be proud of ourselves for making it thus far. We are not limited to space and time. So let us go and show our talents to the world. Thank you all, and good evening.
Let's hear it again for Miss Sarah Ann Drakes, the current head girl of the Parkinson Memorial School. I'm pleased. That's my star girl. And I knew that she would have emerged as head girl. Certainly when the interviews were held, I knew that that name would have come up on top. And she has made us proud here at the Parkinson Memorial School. Let's give her another hand. Students, this is now your moment. This is your time. As you move from graduates to graduates. I am honored to have had the opportunity to interact, to share, to mold, to instruct, and all that we sought to do as a year group. And the form teachers assigned, Mr. Brady Kelman, Mr. Clark, Mr. Blackman, Miss White, Miss Grimes, Mrs. Ward, and Mrs. Walker, all assigned, and Miss Green, all assigned to the 5th year. I now invite Mrs. Walker, and she takes over as you now come to receive your certificates of graduation. You are no longer babies anymore. And after that moment, we will now dub you graduates of the Parkinson Memorial School. It is my honor to welcome Mrs. Walker, and we thought it fit that a select number of form teachers be the ones to present to you the certificates this evening. Students, as you come, cheer, clap, scream for everybody that comes on this stage. This is your moment because you have been triumphant against all odds. Mrs. Walker.
A pleasant evening to all of you. I also wish to extend warm greetings to our specially invited guests This is a time I'm sure that you parents and guardians who are viewing have been patiently waiting for, where we as a school present to our students their certificates, which signifies their completion of secondary education at the Parkinson Memorial Secondary School. This evening, as was said by our year ahead, we are presenting these scrolls by class. I will therefore identify each class so you parents can be prepared to see your child or ward receiving their certificate. Assisting with the presentation of these scrolls this evening, I shall invite Mr. Akeem Brady Kelmo, who has already taken his position on the form, and he is the form teacher of Form 5 General. Our first presenter this evening is Mr. Chad Blackman. He is the form teacher of 5 Arts. We shall begin with 5 General. Elijah Herbert. Come, son, come. Elijah Herbert. Tristan Lane. And finally, Phelan Williams. We're on to 5 Arts. Linton Abrams. Christina Hope. This is Linton Abrams. Christina Hope. Shania Kishner. Nolisha Perryman Mears. Trinity Sargent. Jeremy Stout. Brianna Thorpe. And finally, Rashad Wiltshire. We're on to Form 5 Science 1, and their form teacher is Mr. Philip Clark. Keyshawn Beckles. Trey Charles. Amir Gustav. Romano Harris. Tariq Holder. And finally, Nakayo Hoyt. Thank you, Mr. Chad Blackman. I'll invite our second presenter, Miss Tiffany Grimes. Five Science 2, and their form teacher is Miss Penny Green, Jalicia Green. Amaria Hunt. Akia John McQuilkin. LaShawn Mon. Ronique Salmon. And Rosaria Thorne Richards. We're on to 5 Technical 1, and their form teacher is Miss Tiffany Grimes, Alexis Baker. Rashawn Belgrave. Michaela Boyce. Regina Brooks. Rashawn Clark. Shakila Corbin. Shamaya Corbin. Deandra Critchlow. Davion Grant. Jasmine Grisette Brown. Amir Spencer. finally, Zaria Price. Thank you, Ms. Grimes. Our third presenter for this evening is Miss Penny Green. We're on to Form 5 Technical 2, and their form teacher is Mr. Jermaine Springer. Deson Apowit. Daniel Clark. Destiny Green Craig. Kevon Harewood. Rihanna Holder. Joshua King. Tisha King. Devon Light. Tishara Mason. Ajani Roach. Kimar Tull Williams. Zariel Walcott. And Nakilia Adams. We're on to 5 Commercial 1, and their form teacher is Mrs. Nisha Ward. Deandra Boyce. Kyle Callender. Shakila Cheeseman. Destiny Cozier. Shakaya Henry. Leandra Light. Ebony Samuels. and Kiara Scott. Thank you very much, Ms. Green. Our next presenter is Mr. Philip Clark, form teacher of 5 Science 1. We're on to 5 Commercial 2, and their form teacher is yours truly, Colleen Adams. Brianna Barnum. Michaela Bourne. Jalicia Brathwaite. Ebony Bino. Kalia Cave Boyce. Kemal Cummings. Sarah Ann Drakes. Letitia Hoyt. Sir Jackson. Arturo Kelman. Kiana Lovell. Faith Moore. Olia Niles. Trinity Odell. Tayona Sinclair. Taisha Straker. And finally, Joshua Wellington. Thank you, Mr. Clark. Our final presenter this evening is Miss Latiklia White, form teacher of the Upper Fifth. Phaedra Aline. Tiana Brathwaite McCaskey. Otisha Brown. Faith Carter. Kalisha Cornwell. Naya Goldstone. Janine Herbert. Janae Hunt. Tarika Husbands. Justin Jarvis. Renakolo. Nakimbi Marquez. Nicolia McDowell. Shania Puckering. Kiara Stewart. Tia Watson. Trey White. Kyle Callender. And finally, Michaela Boyce. Thank you, Ms. White. And thank you, Mr. Breedy Kelman. Ladies and gentlemen, specially invited guests, teachers, parents, and guardians, I present to you the graduating class of 2021. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors, and truly, you have been triumphant against all odds. I am Janelle Walker. Thank you and good evening.
Thank you, ma'am. Therefore, Mrs. Walker, please. Let's give her a big hand. And now you are graduates. You are now young adults. You see me wearing my mask, so you're going to take that off. I didn't even realize I had it on. You get so accustomed, they feel like your skin on your normal. All right. Stand, graduates. And of course, we don't have the hats to do the toss, and you don't want to damage anything in the Daphne Joseph Hackett Theater. Certainly we don't. But we have a symbolic hat toss for the graduating class of 2021. And as that happens, just lift high that certificate. Let the world see that we made it.
Comes with battles to fight. As long as I'm living, my future is.
You may be seated. Thank you so much. And we congratulate all of you for making it thus far. And certainly, as you move on, some of you will move on to tertiary education. And we wish you all the very best. And for those that may have that golden opportunity to return to school for upper fifth, it is certainly my great pleasure to symbolically hand you over to the incoming year head for the fifths, Mrs. Harding Millington. They now belong to you. They are no longer mine. But young people, I wish you the best. This has been an amazing 3 years for me. I'll share one thing. Mr. Eastman, give me 1 minute. Third form. There was a particular mode of transportation that my third years loved to take. And one morning in your prayers, after receiving that message, I said to them very sternly, not a boy. Get back inside there. True story. Principal is right here. True story. I was sitting in the staff room. The principal called me to his office. It seems like I always get called to the principal's office, though, for some strange reason. I knocked, I entered, and I saw two people sitting there. And the principal said, come in. I said, yes, sir. And he introduced the two persons. He said, these two persons here are the owners of the transportation that you banned the third years from getting in. And they've come to plead with you because it is really hurting their pockets that the children can't get in the van. So we had a nice little conversation and worked things out. But I was so pleased, and I'll be honest with you, I was bluffing really, because you really can police children getting in the van on evenings, but the bluff worked, because not a boy. I know my good friend, I won't call her name, my good friend from Com 1 used to run down to Water Authority to still sneak in. She knows that I know that. But I really, really want to wish all of you the very best. I want to welcome to the stage, and we are moving. I want to, and they're telling me to pad, yes. Our sponsors again, the National Cultural Foundation, Sky Mall International, AccuSongs, Quantum Productions, Premium Kennels, and certainly Code 1 Plus. I really want to thank them certainly for being here and supporting us at the Parkinson Memorial School. You will hear shortly an address, and I want to publicly state now that the principal is here, and certainly to the members of the media, and I do have permission from the featured speaker to give this message. Regrettably, due to a very urgent situation, the person slated to speak would not be here. But, as our theme suggests, being triumphant against all odds, we have a speaker that will speak to you very shortly. I want to invite at this time to the stage one of your very own out of the 5 Tech 1 class. Her name is Alexis Baker. Please welcome, as she sings the song, A New Day. Please welcome Alexis Baker. You need a chair? Tell the lady out there.
I was waiting for so long for a miracle to come. Everyone told me to be strong. Hold on and don't shed a tear. Through the darkness and good times, I know I'll make it through. And the world thought I had it all, but I was waiting for you. Hush, now I see a light in the sky. Oh, it's almost blinding me. I can't believe I've been touched by an angel in love. Let the rain come down and wash away my tears. Let it fill my soul and drown my fears. Let it shatter the walls for a new sun. A new day has come. Not it was dark, not as light. Not it was pain, not as joy. Not it was weakness, I found my strength. Or in the eyes of a boy. Hush, now I see a light in the sky. Oh, it's almost blinding me. I can't believe I've been touched by an angel in love. Let the rain come down and wash away my tears. Let it fill my soul and drown my fears. Let it shatter the walls for a new sun. A new day has. Let the rain come down and wash away my tears. Let it fill my soul and drown my fears. Let it shatter the walls for a new sun. A new day has come. Hush, now I see
Thank you. Miss Alexis Baker, everybody, give her a big hand. Thank you so much. Thank you. And now, this young lady certainly brings the drama everywhere she goes. Dramatic in speech, everything is drama with Trinity Sargent. She comes one of our aspiring theatrical practitioners at the Parkinson Memorial School, and certainly the school is known for its rich heritage in theater. And Trinity Sargent will come with a piece entitled Remembrance of Them Good Old School Days. Please give her a big hand as she comes. Trinity Sargent. Let's hear it again for Miss Trinity Sargent, please. I have the distinct pleasure this evening to speak of a lady who has played an integral role in the development of each student at the Parkinson Memorial School, and specifically this graduating class. Mrs. Edie came to the school as guidance counselor in 2008. During her tenure, she implemented a student support system that catered to the emotional, social, and career development needs of all of our students. Such recent projects included the hamper distributions during our COVID-19 lockdowns, the Goddard's Enterprises Limited internship program, and the introduction of the school meal service to our students. For this year group, Mrs. Edie was also instrumental in the formulation of an alternative academic, social, and emotional program for our 5 general boys. These are just a few of the many projects of Mrs. Edie's portfolio. As Mrs. Edie's journey here at the Parkinson Memorial School comes to an end, she takes term's leave and then goes into retirement. The graduating class of 2021 and the teachers wish to honor her this evening for her hard work and commitment to the Parkinson Memorial School. We can truly boast of having one of the best guidance counselors in the island. When I tell you that we are triumphant against all odds, that's just not a theme. We have experienced that all week, planning and ensuring that everything was ready for today. And even with the announcement of our guest speaker not being here, Mrs. Edie, our guidance counselor, befittingly will say goodbye to this year group. I want you to stand and applaud Mrs. Julia Edie, our outgoing guidance counselor of the Parkinson Memorial School. Please.
Thank you.
Oh? Okay, cool. Thank you, Kelly. Tell
Mr.
Randy from
Ian Stewart, Chairman of the Board of Management,
Mrs. Green
Mr.
is
Ian
interrupting our
Holder, Principal of the Parkinson Memorial School,
go outside.
Captain Adrian Ward, Deputy Principal, and members of staff, graduates, parents, and of course, specially invited guests. Congratulations, graduates. The past year has been challenging for all of us, and particularly for each of you. Each of you had to persevere in the face of adversity, and you have made sacrifices in ways in which we never could have imagined before this pandemic. Your achievements as students are therefore significant. Congratulations once more. This evening, as we prepare to launch you into life, please remember that life is a series of journeys, a series of new beginnings, a series of unexpected changes, and you have to be prepared for all of them. I want you to make each day of your life count. Do something special every day. Do something productive every day. Set goals for your future. One of the activities I did with my career guidance class in the upper fifth was a vision board. And in that vision board, I encouraged the students to document their goals for the future. I asked them to dream, come up with all the things that they want to achieve, and find pictures and write quotes, write notes on that vision board. And then I encouraged them to put that vision board someplace where they can see it every single day, because they want them to see those goals that they're setting for themselves and for them to review how they are progressing with those goals. Now, once you are able to tick off those goals as having achieved them, then you know you're getting someplace. Now, when you reach and achieve your goals, you know that you've reached success. And once you have that desire, that success that you desire in life, I don't want you to forget who helped you make it up to that point. Of course, I want you to remember your parents, because they would have sacrificed a lot for you. But of course, I want you to remember your school. As a Parkinsonian, you are special. There isn't a Parkinsonian that I know who don't speak kindly about their school. They wear the bands, the wristband proudly, and they let people know which school they attended as a secondary school student. So being a Parkinsonian, you're going to be a Parkinsonian forever. Give back to your school. So when you reach that place of success, give back to your school. It doesn't have to be monetary. It doesn't have to be anything tangible. It could be just coming in and giving some words of inspiration to the new students or passing by and letting the students see where you are in your life. Finally, I urge you to seek to be productive citizens of our country. Whatever is necessary to keep our country safe, especially now, I want you to do so. We live in a beautiful country. We live in a country that I consider to be the beacon in the Caribbean. There's no other country like it. Promote all that is wholesome and good, and do so in a way to build on the legacy of our foreparents. You are the present and the future of our country. And as we grow old, we will be dependent on you to hold our trident way up high. Graduates, I was going to say students, but you're no longer students. Graduates, just like you, I will be moving on as a member of the Parkinsonian family. I am honored to have been your guidance counselor over the last 5 years, or as 6 years for some of you. It was a delight to see how you have matured, and I am confident that all of you are well placed to move on to the next steps in life. Now, in the words of Dr. Seuss, I want to challenge you to recognize that today is your day. And I also want to say to you that, as Dr. Seuss suggested, and he said in his poem, you're off to great places. So you're off and away. With those few words, graduates, I want to wish all of you the very best. Take care of yourselves, and I will be looking forward to hearing good things from all of you in the future. Graduates, ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
Stay right here. Mrs. Edie, don't leave. Come, Mrs. Edie, please. Let's give Mrs. Edie another big hand. Always stepping into that role of the guidance counselor. Mrs. Edie, we appreciate you so much. If you're following your program, we plan to present to Mrs. Edie, not knowing that we would have had to call upon her in this role. So you get 2 gifts instead of 1. We're going to invite Mrs. Arthur to come to make this presentation to Mrs. Edie on the behalf of the entire 5th year. Mrs. Edie, we thank you. We certainly wish you rest. Knowing you, I don't know how much of that you're going to get, but I certainly wish you all the best. We don't know what the future will hold, and certainly I will be calling upon you as we transition to first year for any advice as we welcome the new students coming into the Parkinson Memorial School. Mrs. Arthur to make the presentation. A little birdie told me you wanted a nice painting. Two gifts. Thank you, Mrs. Edie, on behalf of the entire graduating class. Now it is time for what I want to call a masterpiece of musicianship. Two of the finest musicians in Barbados, who just happened to teach at the best school in Barbados. Now I know that there are those who may believe because you may pass the highway and you see a damaged building and you think, what really goes on here? But that building, I want persons to know, is not occupied. So let me just settle that for those persons who continue to ask. It is not occupied. And it's being refurbished so that our students can have additional resources to utilize. So we certainly thank the Goddard's Group and certainly the Ministry of Education. Mr. Ian Webster, the acting head of the Arts Department, and Mr. Mylon Clark, a member of the Arts Department and an old scholar of the Parkinson Memorial School. They come with this rendition of Flying Free. Please welcome them. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Take a bow, folks. Folks, Mr. Webster, take a bow. Take a bow. Lord have mercy. Thank you so much. A great team there at the Parkinson Memorial School, and we certainly thank them for their contribution to our graduation ceremony of 2021, triumphant against all odds. Let's give a big hand to Alexis Baker, Trinity Sargent, and Mr. Webster and Mr. Clark. And we're coming down nicely. It really has been a tremendous evening, and we thank the Lord for a beautiful day, no rain, pure sunshine. It was boiling hot, and I thank the Lord for answered prayer. So I really am grateful that we had a really wonderful evening, and certainly to your parents for their understanding of how we had to situate ourselves. I'm very, very grateful. And over the last 3 years, I must say that we've had really good interactions with parents, and I hope that that continues as we move forward over the next couple years from first form. Now we're moving to individual awards. I thought it necessary this evening to highlight just 6 students who I felt were very deserving of special recognition. Not that all of my students are not special, because in some way or the other, you guys have made me laugh, you've made me cry, you've made me angry, you've made me angry. I've had gray hair, more gray hair, high blood pressure, all because of this year group. But certainly I will say to you that I've enjoyed every moment of the journey, because it equipped me and it sharpened my skills as a senior teacher. I want to invite the principal, and he's making his way to the stage. I will allow him the opportunity to get here. And certainly you would remember in Trinity's presentation, certainly, and I want to thank Mr. Kenny Paris, our theater arts teacher at the school, who worked alongside her with that. So let's give him also a very big hand. Mr. Paris, we thank you for working with her. And certainly to the teachers who worked alongside Sarah, Mrs. Walker, Ms. Knight, who is the acting head of English, we thank you so much for your assistance there as well. I wanted to salute some students. Mrs. Walker, please come, and she will help me out here. To 6 students, the top male of the year group, the top female of the year group, the most improved male and female, and the most helpful. Now, if you're doing your maths, that's only 5. But I indeed said 6 because 2 persons I have awarded for the top female. So let's go to the top male, and sir is here, Mr. Holder. The top male student of the Parkinson Memorial School 2021. Would you please make some noise for Mr. Ranako Lowe? Of the upper 5th class. He's coming. Come straight down, son. Come straight down. Come. That's all right. Come straight down. It's our party, and we'll cry if we want to. Y'all giggle, but that was a song, by the way. But y'all too young to know that that was a song that I just quoted. Y'all too young to know. Ranako Lowe, everybody. Top male student. And now the top female performer. We met one earlier in her valedictorian speech. Sarah Andrews. Take your time, take your time. Head girl, of the Parkinson Memorial School. And certainly it would have been remiss of me not to highlight this young lady, because certainly from last year, she was one of the finest female students in the year group. Kalisha Cornwell. And I see all these young ladies dressed right up. That's why they couldn't get here on time. Had to doll up themselves. Yes, give her a hand, please. Now we move to the most improved male. This young man, I want to wish him all the best. I've watched him grow from being so mischievous to being less mischievous. He said to me a week ago, "Sir, you going to miss me or no?" And I said, "No, I certainly will not." And he said, "You want bet? You going to miss me?" I know that all of you know or maybe can guess who I'm talking about. Amir Gustav, come son. The most improved male student. I want board that chain later. Let's give him a hand, everybody. And the most improved female student. When I met this young lady in third form, oh boy. But I've seen her turn her life around. And now she's a very serious young lady about her studies. Miss Tashira Mason is the most improved female in the year group. Let's give her another hand. And I had to honor this young lady. Any information I wanted sent to the year group, all I needed to say was, send it. And on her own initiative, she created a WhatsApp group with those numbers that persons that wanted to share. Year head was excluded. I didn't want to know. And she would send out the information to everyone. She would let you know what days you needed to come to school, what books you needed to bring. When I messaged and I said, "Please send out the link," she said, "Sir, are you late? I done send out every Saints." You know who I'm talking about. Kiana Lovell, my darling. Thank you so much for all that you have done to ensure that the year group was kept abreast of everything that was going on during this very difficult period in our school life. Thank you so much. The most helpful student. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Holder. Thank you to Ms. Ward. Let's give all of these students a big hand. I know as we've come to the end, certainly we would want to say thank you. And we've chosen our current head boy, star boy he is, Mr. Tariq Holder, to come and to deliver the vote of thanks. Let's give him a big hand as he comes. It's right there.
Master of Ceremonies, Mr. Sheldon Hope. Chairman of Board of Management, Mr. Ian Stewart. Principal, Mr. Ian Holder. Deputy Principal, Captain Adrian Ward. Guest speaker, Mrs. Edie. Specially invited guests, parents, guardians, teachers, fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I deem it a great honor and privilege to have been asked to extend a heartfelt thank you on behalf of the graduating class 2021. Today marks the end of our secondary school life. With it comes a bittersweet feeling, bitter, as we have no more SBAs, exams, assignments, but bitter. Because the bonds that we have created over the past created over the past 5 years or more with friends, teachers, will no longer be a daily occurrence. As the saying goes, all good things must come to an end, and so we must move on. We now must continue to chart our various courses in life, and remember that in order to reap success, we must stay the distance. We must be triumphant against all the odds. I first wish to thank Almighty God for making this day a reality. I am sure that many of us thought the ceremony would not have been taken place. Or if it did, we weren't sure how, given the current state of affairs around the world due to COVID-19 pandemic. The fact that we are all here speaks testament to the verse, with God, all things are possible. Special thanks must be extended to our sponsors, without whom this ceremony wouldn't be possible. The National Cultural Foundation, SkyMart International, Aqua Sounds, Quantum Productions, Daphne Joseph Hackett Theatre, Code 1+. We further acknowledge Ms. Joyisha Samuels, Ms. Alexis Baker, Ms. Trinity Sargent, Mr. Webster and Mr. Clark for their outstanding performances. In preparation leading up to this ceremony, special thanks must also go to Mrs. Patricia Rock, School Secretary, Ms. Romalda Dougling, Graduation Treasurer, and Ms. Marion Worrell, Clerk Typist. To our parents and guardians, thank you for the love and commitment. To our teachers, thank you for sticking with us throughout this journey. To Mr. Hope, sir, thanks seems to be insufficient. You have often gone beyond the call of duty. You have been more than a year ahead to us. But I am sure we all agree, a father. You weren't always angry with us. And if you were, it was out of love. But we often saw the light-hearted side, where we will always hear that hearty laugh. We will miss you, sir, and thank you. Finally, to all graduates, go and be productive citizens. Thank you all, and good evening. God bless.
Thank you to Mr. Tariq Holder, the current head boy of the Parkinson Memorial School, and certainly to all of our online viewers. We thank you certainly for being with us, wherever you are, watching at home, in your car, your couch, at the beach, wherever you are following this YouTube link. We certainly want to thank you for taking the time out to be with us this evening, because at the Parkinson Memorial School, we always do it right. And we thank you so much for being here. Graduates, God bless you, heaven smile upon you, and I pray that you will continue to be safe. On the behalf of the principal and all of us here at the Parkinson Memorial School, we say goodbye to you. We sign out. God bless. And heaven keep you safe. Let's applaud everybody. Triumphant against all odds. Thank you. And we are cleared, I believe, Mr. Eastman.